You sat alone at the edge of the bed, fingers curled into the heavy fabric of your wedding dress. The room was too quiet for a night this important. Soft golden lights reflected off the mirrors, making everything feel unreal, like you had stepped into someone else's life. Yours no longer felt like it belonged only to you. You were married now, married to Jungkook, a businessman everyone talked about in hushed, respectful tones, powerful, successful, reserved, a man you had met only a handful of times before today. An arranged marriage built on families, expectations, and promises made long before your heart had any say. Your thoughts wandered unsteady. How will he treat me? Will he be kind when no one is watching? Will I be enough? You hugged your arms around yourself. The jewelry shimmering softly with the movement, the wedding dress felt heavier now, not because of its weight, but because of what it represented. A new life, a shared future with a man you were still learning to stand, but there was something that erased. You feared just a little. Earlier today, Jungkook had been gentle. He had spoken to you softly during the ceremony, his hand steady around yours. When you almost tripped on the steps, he had caught you without hesitation, whispering, "I've got you, no cameras." No audience, just instinct. A gentleman. That thought gave you hope. Still sitting there alone, waiting for him to come to the room, your heart raced. You didn't know what this night would bring. You didn't know what he expected from you, or what you were expected to give. The door clicked softly. Your breath caught. Footsteps approaching slowly, unhurried. Then the door opened. As he entered the room, your nervousness doubled. Your finger clutched the fabric of your dress tighter. Knuckles whitening as your heart pounded against your ribs. Every sound felt louder, the soft click of the door closing, the faint rustle of his suit as Jungkook moved further inside. He didn't move rushed. He placed his phone on the table, then slowly removed his watch, setting it beside his cufflinks. That simple action, him making himself comfortable, easing into the space, somehow made your chest feel tighter instead of calmer. This is really happening, you thought, and then suddenly you felt it, a familiar sinking sensation. Your breath hitched. No, no, not now. Your eyes widened in horror. A realization crashed over you. Your periods on this night of all nights. Panic crawled up your spine, cold and merciless, filling your head with the worst possibilities. What if he's disappointed? What if he thinks I ruined this? What if he regrets marrying me? Your thoughts spiraled faster, darker. You imagine his expression changing. Imagine distance, frustration. Imagine him hating you for something you couldn't control. You didn't even notice him moving closer until his shadow fell in front of you. "Hey," Jungkook said softly, your foolish eyes narrowing up to him. You must have looked terrified, frozen, pale, hands still clutching your dress like it was the only thing keeping you grounded. He frowned slightly, concern immediately replacing the calm on his face. "What happened?" he asked, lowering himself in front of you so he was at eye level. You looked nervous, your eyelids parted, but no sound came out. Your chest felt too tight to breathe properly. Your voice trembled, betraying you. Jungkook didn't push, he didn't rush. He just waited, his gaze steady, patient, as if silently telling you he wasn't going anywhere. "It's okay," he said gently, "whatever it is. You can tell me." You hesitated, the words sat heavy on your tongue, tangled with fear and embarrassment. Before you could pull your hand away, Jungkook reached out and held it, warm, steady, grounding. His touch wasn't demanding, it was reassuring. "I know everything happened so fast," he said quietly, thumb brushing over your knuckles. "You didn't get time to feel comfortable with me, with all of this." His voice softened even more. "We don't need to rush anything." Something in his eyes, sincere, calm, patient, made the tightness in your chest ease just a little. "You swallow. No, it's not that," you finally whispered. He waited, your voice cracked as the truth slipped out. I ruined everything." The word fell between you like something fragile. Something he expected to shatter, but Jungkook didn't pull away. He didn't look annoyed. He didn't shake. He didn't look disappointed. Instead, his brows knit together, not in frustration but concern. Ruined? He repeated softly. You nodded, unable to look at him. Shame burned your cheeks. Tonight was supposed to be special. He gently lifted your chin so you had no choice but to meet his eyes. It is special, he said, without hesitation. And this is nothing. You blinked stunned. I told you. He continued calmly. We don't need to rush. Not tonight, not ever. Your breath trembled as he spoke, every word easing fears. You didn't even realize you were holding so tightly. You are uncomfortable, he added. That matters more than anything else. Then, even more gently, I'll help you. Help you. Not tolerate, not ignore. Help. He stood first, still holding your hand, giving you time to move at your own pace. When you hesitated, he squeezed your fingers reassuringly. Come, he said softly, let's get you comfortable. He guided you toward the bathroom. Careful with every step, making sure you didn't feel rushed or embarrassed. Inside, he turned on the light, then immediately looked away to give you privacy. Respect woven into every small action. I'll be right outside, he said. Take your time. As the door closed gently behind you, you leaned against the counter, heart pounding, but this time not with fear. Your finger curled around the edge of the sink as you stare at your reflection, heart still racing. Jungkook, you called hesitantly, your voice barely carrying past the door. There was immediate movement outside. Yes, his tone was alert, concerned. I need a bed. You sobbed softly. Embarrassment crept in again. I'm sorry. The door didn't open, but you heard his footsteps move quickly away. There was no pause, no hesitation. Jungkook stepped out and asked quietly, first the maid, then his mother, his voice respectful, urgent but calm. Within minutes he was back. This time when he knocked lightly on the bathroom door, you opened it just a little. He placed a heating pad carefully on the nightstand outside first, plugging it in, making sure it worked. Only then did he come closer to the bathroom, stopping at the doorway, keeping it slightly open, never closing a light. I bought a few, he said, gently holding out the pads without looking directly at you. I wasn't sure which one you'd be comfortable with. You reached out and took them, your fingers brushing his for a second before you pulled back. Yeah, rightly, there's a hiding pad on the nightstand. He added softly, you can use it when you come out. It might help with the cramps. Your throat tightened. Do you need anything else? He asked, still standing there, respectful, patient. Medicine, water, anything? You shook your head quickly. No, this is enough, thank you. He nodded once, relief flickering across his face. Take your time, he said. I'll be right there. As he stepped back, giving you space again, you closed the door urgent and leaned against it, eyes stinging. You came out of the bathroom slowly. You stepped carefully. Your face carried disappointment you couldn't hide, eyes lower, lips pressed together as if you were bracing yourself for something unspoken. One hand rested instinctively on your stomach, a small protective gesture you didn't even realize you were making. Jungkook noticed everything. He had been sitting on the couch, giving you space just like he promised, but the moment he saw you, he stood up immediately. Without a word, he moved toward you. You made your way to the bed and sat quietly. Shoulders slumped before you could even settle properly. He was already there, handing you the medicine he had prepared earlier. Take this, he said softly. It'll help. You shook your head lightly. It's okay, I'll be fine. He didn't raise his voice. He didn't argue. He just knelt in front of you, his expression calm but firm in the gentlest way possible. Please, he said, let me. You hesitated, then finally took the pencil from his hand. Fingers trembling slightly as he swallowed. He reached for the heating pad and carefully pressing it over your stomach, adjusting it until it was comfortable. When you tried to push his hand away, embarrassed, he caught your wrist gently. Don't, he murmured, you are hurting. His touch was warm, steady, reassuring, nothing rushed. Nothing inappropriate, just care. You look at him, then really look at him. There was no frustration in his eyes, no disappointment, only concern. You had to pretend you are okay, he said quietly. You have to carry anything alone anymore. Your eyes stung. He helped you lie back properly, tugging the blanket around you like it was the most natural thing in the world. Then he sat beside you, not too close, but close enough for you to feel him there. I'm not feeling bad, he said gently, as if reading your thoughts. I'm just here. After a moment he spoke. I know everything started rushed, he said quietly. The marriage, the expectations, all of it. You turned your head slightly to look at him. We didn't get time to really know each other, he continued, and I don't want our first night to feel like pressure. His eyes softened even more. I don't want to rush you, I don't want to rush us. Your chest tightened. We'll take our time, he added, learn each other slowly as pupils, as partners. He gave a small, almost shy smile. I'm okay with that, more than okay. The emotion you'd been holding back all night finally caught up to you. Your eyes full, heart swelling with something warm and overwhelming. Thank you, he whispered, for being so gentle with me. He looked at you for a long second, then shook his head slightly. Don't thank me, he said softly. You frowned a little. Why? Because this, he gestured to you, to the quiet moment. To the care isn't gentleness. You felt your breath hitch. It's his back. He finished. You are my wife. You deserve that. Always. Even on days when things don't go as planned. A tear slipped down your temple, and before you could wipe it again, he did. Carefully, like he was afraid of hurting you. Get some rest, he said. I'll stay right here. You hesitated. You don't have to. I want to, he replied simply. He moved to lie beside you, keeping a respectful distance, turning slightly toward you so you weren't alone. His presence was steady, reassuring, like a promise made without words. As your eyes slowly closed, comforted by the warmth and the quiet, you realized something you hadn't expected. This very night wasn't about perfection. It wasn't about tradition or expectations. It was about kindness, about patience, about being that felt safe. And as life finally claimed you, you knew this was only the start.